I am Carol, the owner and creator behind CarolJo's. CarolJo's is where community and creativity come together in the jewelry and accessory making world. We do lots of different things here. We will do lives where we do chats, and that is where I'm not liking this angle here. There we go. There. We do chats where you will learn, or not learn, we will talk about any questions you might have about jewelry making or running a small business. We also do makers meetups, and that's where we just spend time talking to each other. You guys get to talk about whatever we want to talk about, and you can come on the lives with me. We also do tutorials where I show you step by step how to create jewelry and accessories. And then we also do our live events. Live events are where I will go in and show you items. You can claim them to add to your bead collection. We today are going to be doing here a tutorial. I am live on both YouTube and TikTok. So I'm on 2 devices. Well, hello, Ashley. Ashley's sharing away. So we are going to make what I am calling the fall floating necklace. We're going to put smaller beads in here to have that floatingness along with a pendant. You don't have to do the pendant if you don't want, but you can. So that is what we're going to make. I am bringing up my backup account just to let everybody know so that I can share this out and see comments of TikTok. So let me get that up. Let me get into the live. There we go. Maybe it just doesn't like me today or yesterday. Every time I touch my iPad lately, it is not like acknowledging my touch. And then I am going to repost it, and I'm also going to share it to my stories from my backup account, and then I'm going to share it here. Hi there. I'm going to share it over here. We are past our 10 needed on the live, so we're good there. Now we just need to get to 10,000 of the likes, and then we'll start doing the bead soup giveaway. Hi, Teresa. So you can do these in any type of metal that you want. My example here that I have, this one is done in silver because silver is easier. Well, welcome in. I'm in the United States. And you can just pick whatever color. This is, hi Melissa. This is for a fall theme. So silver is there for the fall. So don't think you can't use silver for the fall. I have a tree here that is the tree of life. Hi Sissy, thank you. Thanks Angela, thanks Trisha. And so what we're gonna do is that the next one, we're gonna change metal colors and we are gonna go to a golden color. So we're going to do gold next because that is a color for this fall also, along with antique bronze. So you're going to need some sort of a pendant. I'm choosing a small one, just this moon and star. And with the dark coloring of it, that just reminds me of the fall, like Halloween time frame. These do not have to be Halloween to be fall. We are going to work on getting out to you guys all these, they're called color stories. Hi, Kay, of all different colors that you can utilize for fall. So we will be having those coming up and I'll get posts out there for them. I'm working on getting it done. But we're going to need gold head pins. We're going to need gold or the gold alloy pendant. You can use any type of pendant you want. I need, and I don't, yep, these will probably work. I'm going to use jump ring. I only need one of the jump ring and then 2 split rings, or I could use 2 jump rings. That is totally up to you. Hey, I've got my gold split rings. Woo, I found them in this container. And I need gold chain. And I'm just looking over here what gold chain I have. Let me see if I have enough of this gold chain. Nope, it doesn't match. I can't use that one. It doesn't match, so I'm not using it. I have, let me see what this looks like together. This is the one part I didn't think about was, yeah, we'll use it. It might not be the best, but we got this gold chain here. So we're going to go with this gold chain. All right, so that is what we're going to need, and we're going to need to pick out beads. We'll pick those out from behind me in just a moment. Thank you, Ashley, for going over there. Thank you, both Kay and Rose. I appreciate that. I still haven't shared that to my story. No, the one that I'm looking for that gold, that is what I'm looking for over here, and I do not have it on my shelf. And the one gold that I have over here isn't the right color gold. Is this one better? Hold on. This is my favorite. Nope, it's the same color as the other one. So that doesn't work. This is the gold that I want. Gold comes in different colors, everybody. Really does. All right, so we got that. And then I'll pick out the beads in a moment. For tools, let me grab the tools here. We will need, oh, and we're gonna need lobster claw clasps. I gotta grab that. Round nose pliers, 2 chain nose pliers, flush cutters, and the split ring opener pliers. Those are the tools we're going to need. Optional on the split ring, but it saves your thumbs and your fingers, so I suggest it. All right, I need to grab the gold lobster claw clasp. So let me find that one here quick. I literally changed from silver to gold about 5 minutes before we started. All right, we have our gold lobster claw clasp, and then we're going to need beads. Since this is a black enamel pendant, I was thinking let's do black beads, fall black colors. So I would say stick to like the 6 to 8 millimeter size for this. And that has a hint of blue in it, so I'm going to do this rainbow rondelle, the black with the rainbow rondelle. I'm going to grab a couple of those. That one. And let me grab some more beads, because I want to have at least 3 different beads on each side of that pendant. But I got to get this to lay flat. He's teetering on my tools. What else we can grab for that 6 to 8 millimeter size. Here we have a faceted bicone in that color. I'm going to grab those. Oh no, this is a faceted twist, everybody. We got faceted twists. They're all downstairs. All my gorgonias are put away downstairs, but that black with the blue cat eye gorgonia would look good. Hi there. Let's see what else we got. I don't like any of them in there for this. Like, they're not just jumping out. It's not that I don't like, it's that I just, and nope. Okay, we have more black, but let me put these back so that I don't have them sitting on my table. I talk about this a lot. I feel like I have to pick up after myself or else I make a big mess. Don't want those. I'm going to set them down here for right now. Get them out of my way. We need one more bead. I don't want the 10 millimeter. There's a 10 millimeter size bead that's cool in there, but that's not what I want. This is more grays than what I'm looking for. I'm going to do this one. This one is a flat coin looking one. I'll show it to you here. Hi, Joya. Sorry, I didn't see that right away. Oh, nope. What in the world? Yep, it is. There it is. It's got the frosted in the scent on the top. So we're going to do that one. Okay. We have our beads picked out. It does. And then it overtakes it. And then I honestly feel like I don't have room. And then I stop creating. So I've learned that, especially with the lives, and it makes holy smokes. Okay, I got to make a decision here, and you guys got to help me. I just got a text. As I turned around, I saw it. Oh, I hope you can get better soon. Hi, Cassie. I was just asked to do concessions tonight for the baseball game. I don't know. It's not going to work because I have to be here because of Buttercup. I will not be able to do it. Never mind. Okay. It is, I don't know. I went out and watered at like 10 a.m. and it was kind of muggy. But if you do, bye, Cassie. If I do it, it would be in an air-conditioned building, but I can't because Buttercup's mom is coming for a visit and she will have to leave before we get back from the game. So, no, we're not doing that. I'll have to turn him down. He's never asked before. That's why I'm like, yeesh. Jiminy. I hope you don't get any more water, Miss Joya, because you guys don't need it. Okay, I'm going to point you guys down, and we're going to go through this step by step. This one's a little bit more detailed, so I'm going to probably only do one of them today, just to let you know. All right, here we go. There you're down, and here you go. All right. So what we want to do is that this one here, in this example, this is a 20-inch necklace, and there is 1.5 inches in between each one of these. Okay? So, hey, Adriana. So we got to think about that. If we have 6 of them, so this would be 1.5 inches between these two. Let me see if I can get this down so you guys can see it. So between this bead and this bead is 1.5 inches. Between this bead and this bead is 1.5 inches. So that's 3. There's 3 there and 3 there. So that's 9 inches. We're making a 20-inch necklace. We got to subtract 9 off, and that leaves 11 for up here. Does that make sense, everybody? So to do that, I need 4 pieces that are 1.5 inches. Yeah. Math is easy for me sometimes. I just have to stop and think. So right here we have 1.5 inches. Well, it's going to be a little bit longer than 1.5 inches because it's going to be 1 3/4 inches because of the length of our pendants, or our lengths of the chain. So I'm going to open and close this and get this one off. So open this up, take this off, close it up. Then we want to do the same thing. To make these the same size and not have to remeasure each time, take a head pin or a piece of wire, put them on there and go, okay, this is the one I need. So open and close this one. When you're opening and closing this, one comes towards you, one goes away. You take off the chain that you don't need and then close it up by going the opposite way we just did. There we go. So there's 2. We need 4 of these. So we're going to do this again. We only have to do this math figuring out for this piece one time. Because I forgot to make sure, which one am I supposed to open? I need to open this one. And then just use what you did as your guide for the next one so that you don't have to keep measuring it out. There we go. So this one is number 3. And then this one will be number 4. This one I need to open and close. Yep, you're going to need 4. You'll see why in a second here. So we got our 4. Now we need to double this up here. So there, if I go up, I'm going to count how many links. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So doubling it would be 16 links. Plus you want 1 because it's an even amount. If you have your links be even, your pendant can't be in the middle. So we're going to count out 17 links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is right here. Let's open and close this link. This is our center one. There we go. So now we have all the links that we need to construct the body of it. The middle, 2 up the side on each side. Now do you understand why 4? So that is our links. Once we get to the end, we will do our last 2 at the very end. Okay. We are going to take and decide which way do we want the beads to be on the necklace. I think, nope, I want them that way. So this one's going to be between, I'm going to set them out so that you guys can see where each one of these are going to go. You can place them wherever you want. And then this is going to go right there. I'm trying to read your comment. Oh, okay. I just saw that I answered it. Okay. So here we're going to put our first bead on that head pin. We're going to grab our round nose pliers. And if you noticed, I have a black line. I just use a Sharpie and put a black line on my tool when I use it. The reason why I do that, I tell this all the time, is that then my circles or my loops are consistent. I don't have to guess where I was at. So go ahead and put this down between 1/2 and 1/3 of the way down on your head pin. These head pins should be a 60 millimeter, if I remember correct. These are 65 millimeter head pins. You're going to want longer ones if you're using head pins because you're going to do the loop on both ends. So here we go. Bend 90 degrees away from you. Reposition the tool so that it is in the angle of it. Bring this around the top, back towards you. You'll get to a spot where it doesn't move really well. You take this bottom round part of the plier and bring it up to the top, and then bring it around so that you finish your loop. Open that up and put it on your chain. And then close this up. And grab your flush cutters and cut this off. I leave this end until we get to adding the extra chain on. So we're going to lay that down. Grab another head pin, add your bead to it. Same as we just did in that step. About 1/2 to 1/3 to 1/2 of the way down. Put your pliers there. Bring it away from you 90 degrees. Yep, you can do that floating wire if you want, but this way, I wanted to use it doing it with this technique today. No, it does not make a difference at all, Patty. For me, what I would say about why I didn't open my chain to do it on is because I end up messing up which way I'm going on it and I get out of order. I know it sounds really silly, but that's just something for me. Then we do 90 degrees around, open this up. We're going to go to the bottom side, towards the bottom or the front, add this one on, close that, and bring it around. I just really do like the technique of wire wrapping my beads on there. You can do this with wire and wire wrap it just like we are with wire, like 22 gauge wire, instead of using head pins if you want. So once again, we're going to push our bead all the way down, 90 degrees away, reposition, bring it around, move that round part to the top, and then complete it. You can use that. Or there is the floating one that Stacy has created, and you can do that technique too. What we're doing is we're really creating what is known as a bead chain, where you're using beads with the chain. There we go. So now we got 2 of them on. Now we're going to add the third one. You guys are all thinking about different ways that you can do this, and I'm so happy to hear that. So happy. If you do not move your pliers to that 45 degrees within that 90, you will have a D-shaped loop instead of a round loop. So yep, Geraldine, you can. There. Then we're going, you don't even have to cut because our chain is so large, you don't have to even cut the head pins off of these, or the head part, the flat part, because it'll go through. Now we're going to take our long piece. Whoops. This is part of why I don't always like opening my chain, because he's not closed completely. I see that now. That's why he fell off. I got to make this a little bit tighter. There we go. Now we're going to put that on. There. And cut this off. There we go. Well, cut. There we go. Let's make sure he's not he is a pokey. I'm like, he's going to be a pokey the way he came off. There. Now he's not. All right. So when we lay this down, you're going to see there's where our middle is at. I'm not going to put the pendant on yet. I'm going to work on all of the beads first before we put our pendant on. We are going to put this on the head pin. Create our loop. Open it up. Put it on this chain. Laying this out this way helps out a lot to make sure you're putting the beads in the right spots too. So that's why you guys saw me lay this one out the way I did. Okay. this one. Open that up. Put this link on. I have a question. Is anybody going to be joining us today on the other app? We have one scheduled for 3:30 today. And it is like an encore of different items over on the other app. Ah, darn it. Do you know what that was, everybody? That phone call? I can't take it because I'm live. Okay, the reason why I'm saying or asking about that is because Buttercup's band meeting is at 4:30, so I need to move it to 3 if everybody's okay with that. That was the, that person that just was calling was our bead guy, my bead delivery. I feel bad for, like, moving them. Hi.
Dang it.
I could hear you coming in.
You should have said something then.
Why?
So I wouldn't feel like actually was going to be able to scare you.
Oh. Okay. It'll be at like 3-ish or so. Yeah. I'm not going to, I have to be off before 4. Yep, it wasn't Dad this time, Miss Joya. It was actually my bead delivery guy.
How old are these candies?
I don't know. You can eat it. See what it's like.
Yeah, so I was like hanging up her stuff because she was on like Opa's shoe rack. So like, oh my god, whatever.
She was on Opa's shoe rack?
Yes, she's like swinging up there.
Okay.
And so I was like putting her toys away. Then she runs over right at her desk. I'm like, oh my goodness, she has a zoom spray. I can't get near her or she's gonna like scream. So I finally, after like a minute, I'm trying to chase her. I grab her. She bites me. She bites my neck and my arm. Sick of you. I toss her in the cage.
Jeez.
She's bit me like 3 times.
Today?
No, in that 20 minutes I was out there.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to start training her to not bite. Okay, we're on our last one. I needed to re-put, this is the last one that we're going to add here to this side. Then we're going to add our pendant, and then we're going to finish it off. Pear is being in top form today. She has decided that she should try to bite me. She tried to bite Buttercup. She doesn't like to be in her kennel. So when she thinks she's going to be put in her kennel, she like goes into fine form. All right, now we need our jump ring. Yeah, I will. I will post it out there when I'm going to do it again, okay? I've been doing little videos of all the stuff I'm doing. I'm trying to anyways. All right, remember I said we have one extra here to make it an odd. We got to find him. He's going to be number 9 no matter which way we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This should be our middle. I want you to go on this way. You're in the wrong one, that one. Yep, got it. So we've added our pendant by opening the jump ring, going to the 9th one, and then putting it on there. That was easy. Yep, she's being a kitty today. She hasn't done the biting thing until this week. And it's usually when she thinks she's going to be put back in her kennel. All right, next, to have a, before we get the chain, I want to do one thing. We have 2 6mm split rings and 1 of the lobster claw clasps. Okay, we are going to take our split ring opener pliers. We're going to open up that split ring so we can put the lobster claw clasp on it. I'm going to make sure that that opens. Yes, it does. We're going to put that on, spin it around. There, we got our closures ready to go. So if I want a 20-inch necklace, right now, this one was 11, I think I said. Oh no, he's longer than I thought. Okay. Oh yeah, because the thing was longer. I forgot that. This is 15.5 inches so far. So when we get our loops and our closing finding, we're going to be at 16 inches. So if we wanted to be a 20-inch, we have 4 inches of chain, but that's going to be split between the two sides. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually do 3. So, or no, because these are 1.5 inches. Let's just do 2. We'll do 2. Here we go. I forgot we made those longer than we did on the other example. We're just going to take this 2-inch piece, open it up, bring it off. I am going to close this one just so that I can get my links the right size. Grab a head pin, put this on, grab our other one, go down, and this is the link I need to open. Okay, we're going to open and close that. There we go. All right, get rid of him. We are going to finish this one by doing our loop. Add this on there. Close this by wrapping it. Cut this end off. There we go. Repeat that on the other side. That same step. Put that chain on. Close and wrap. Go. Now we're going to add our closure on. We're going to open up each side and add 1/2 of our closure. So we're just going to open that just like we've done it every other time and put that on. Close this up. Then on this side, we're going to open up this one and put the other half on. And close that one up. I didn't get that closed. Come back here. I want you to close. I dropped it before I got it completely closed up. There we go. Open that up, put that on. I didn't catch it. All right, we're going to take this one off. There we go. And you can use bigger beads if you want to, but I like the smaller ones because that's me. But here we go. There's the necklace. If we didn't have it on black, you would see it better. Let me see if I put it on me and it'll be against my skin and you'll see what I'm talking about. There it is. Do you see how when it's against my skin, I got it on backwards because this is the wrong way. Hold on, let me get this flipped around. Meaning I put it on me backwards. There we go. Flip it around. There we go. Do you see? how the beads show up against your skin, you know, that is, and they just appear. That's the floating technique. Even though we're using the wire wrap technique, yeah, it looks better on me than on here. And even when I took the picture, because we were talking about that last night of this, I took it on here and then I had them erase the background of it so that you couldn't see the black. And on the video that I created with that image in it, it looks a lot better. So that also, think about that when you are displaying your items. You can't put black on black and expect people to be able to see this. So even though if that's your color theme, you have to have other colors for your displays so that they can see it. But that's what I wanted to show you, is how you can float these beads in there and they look floating. And you guys are in the comments over here. Sorry. There. Is that better, Ashley? So that. I'm moving it down so you guys can see it against my skin, and then I flipped it. There we go. But this is like what I wanted to show you today. I'm not going to do a second one. Yep. Joya says, get a white neck. I need to get one. I was thinking about I need other colors. Okay. So here's what it looks like up close, everybody. He keeps flipping around because, yes, he is a pendant. But that is how it is made. I'm going to show you up close over here, too. Even though he wants to keep flipping the wrong way. Let me see if I can get him to go the right way. There we go. And see, you can just use... I know! It's gold. And see, they're both 20 inches. But you can, because of the length of that you're using for your chain, it makes a difference on how much everything's going to turn out. I know that sounds really weird, but these are longer links than the other ones, and that makes a difference. I know I feel like I am rushing through, but the reason why is I am like wanting to find out what's going on with the beads. So they're trying to figure out delivery. Hi, Ducky. I'm just about ready to hop off a little early. So as long, yes, the black ones do show, as you can see, the dust. That's a comment that was over here. Yes, they do. And I sit here and lint roller it. And I found you don't have to lint roller it if you remove the background of the neck and put it on a person using AI. Yes, I'm glad you joined, Joya. Oh, I got to tell you something, Joya, that happened last night. Only you will understand this. You will understand. Buttercup has gotten into using the polymer clay Heshy beads to make jewelry for her friends. And she's like, she sent me a thing where she could order it, a kit of it. And I'm like, honey, I have those. We're not going to order those. And I went and I showed her where they all are. I'm like, 3 and 4 in this box, 5 is in this box, 6 is in this box. She's like, okay. And she's like, can I have the whole box? And I'm like, honey, you just need 1 strand. That was what I wanted to tell you, Joya. She thought she could multiple strands would be all right. And I told her you only need 1 strand. The other thing that she did, is that we went through a new, my delivery from Saturday, the last box of it. I was sorting it out, and I had gotten some enamel pendants that are animal life ones. One package was blue and one package was pink, and I was going to give her 1 of each one and then bring the rest here. Guess what? I lost them all. So when you guys sit there and say, hey, can I claim? Nope, she goes in and takes. And I'm like, I could be mean Oma and say no, but I'm like, you know what? It's the little thing. If she's excited, she wants to use them all for her friends, I'm like, it's okay. I can always get more some other day, or we can do something different. But it was just so funny. She's like, this is what I really wanted. She didn't know I got them. So on the other app, as long as they're not trying to deliver during the time that we'd be on the other app, I will be on at 3 o'clock because I have no idea what time they're going to, hopefully it'll be just tomorrow instead of today. But I will be on at 3 o'clock on the other app, and we are going to do like encore, just like we've been doing, where I show it on the camera and you guys can do the claiming. We're going to do that style. Yeah. So I'm going to hop off. I'm going to call. Hopefully we have some news after I get off this call. Thank you for letting me end a little bit early because that call is like, if you guys can't tell. And we'll be back here at 8 p.m. tonight for chat time. And hopefully I have more details for you guys at chat, okay? So come on back to chat time, 8 p.m. Central here. I will be on both YouTube and TikTok. So bye, everybody. I will be back on, Lolly, to tell you guys tonight. 8 p.m. is when I'll be on. I will tell you what's going on, okay? Bye.